Hello, beautiful, vibrant souls. We come together today. We'll pull some cards for the collective to see what messages lie within. There's always something to be referenced from these cards, regardless of whether they resonate with you personally. Very interesting. We have some really beautiful messages here with our Two of Swords, finding that we have a choice in the matter of hearts, where we have been feeling very strongly about a decision that needs to be made and deciding that the best course of action for us is the action that gives us the most peace, that gives us comfort, that allows us to continue forward with the least amount of conflict. It's not necessarily stepping back off your boundaries. This is about compromise. This is about growth. This is about working together with someone else or with the circumstances and saying, I'm going to make the most of this. I'm not going to allow this to make me feel like I am settling. I'm not going to allow this to make me feel lesser. Instead, I'm going to decide that there are bigger struggles out there. This isn't my battle. This isn't something worthy of my energy. What I want instead is to feel really good about the situation. And I know that there are things that I will have to stand up for in the future. There are going to be things that matter to me. They're going to be really big decisions. And in those times, I will fight. I will do what I need to do, but this isn't one of them. Right now, I just want to love. I want to feel good. I actually pulled this Ace of Pentacles. This indicates that there's some really amazing opportunities just starting off for you. And we're talking about things that happen in the real world here. You're getting a new job opportunity, new contracts, new clients. You may be receiving information that you're going to be moving into an upgraded home, getting a new car. I'm getting, for a lot of us, this is about improvement in our, specifically in the finances department, or things that allow us to have a more comfortable means of living. Now, for some of us, that means that you're no longer going to a day job, you're doing what makes you happy and fulfilled every day. And for others, it's a raise, it's a promotion, it's something going in our favor that makes life a lot easier. It feels good. It kind of comes at the result of you deciding that you're not going to fight these things that don't matter to you anymore, that you have these more important battles. And as soon as you let go of that need to control the outcome of every single situation, you opened up the pathway for this wonderful opportunity to come forward. It's kind of this idea with manifesting where as soon as you stop obsessing over it and you stop needing it, all of a sudden you have exactly what you wanted, because your happiness isn't dependent upon that. You can choose how you feel about situations. And so you decide, regardless of how this turns out, I'm good, I'm okay. And then all of a sudden, exactly what you want shows up for you. Now, we also have this Princess of Cups. She has this tendency to be so in touch and in tune with herself. She's able to really kind of feel the situation out. She's able to, not in this cerebral sense, but she's able to make decisions based on the energy of the room. So she comes in and she says, I know what needs to happen here. Now, she has a tendency, and in some cases, she can be a little quick to lose her temper. She can lose sight of her goals. So it's really important that when this card comes up in regards to these other situations, that she stays with that mindset, that she continually gets back in touch with what matters to her most. And that is what feels good, what feels fair, what feels reasonable, what feels like I can be comfortable with this. This can make me happy. We don't want to allow other influences to come in. We don't want other opinions. I'm getting other opinions about what you're doing. Well, you should have done it this way. And she says, why? I don't need to do it that way to be happy. So why would I complicate my life by enforcing my will upon every single situation. There's some things that I'm just going to be happy with. I expected it to turn out one way. It turned out this way. I'm going to trust the process. I'm going to trust the universe. I'm going to just go with it because I don't know where this is going to go, but I know that right now I feel good and I'm okay with that. What you're going to find is that that feeling will grow. You can continue along that path, and everything that you desire will continue to fall into your lap because you chose the path of peace, because you chose the path of going along this healing growth. I want to say compassion for others, kindness. You chose to be a person that trusts that there is good in the world, and things can turn out exactly the way you desire, and they can go your way, and they can turn out better than you expected. And sometimes we just have to recognize that we don't know the answer. This isn't all in our head. This isn't a logical thing. This is something that we trust our feeling. We trust our heart with it. We know that our relationships are most important. And if we nurture those connections, what we're going to find is that life is overall more fulfilling than anything we may have encountered in the financial realm or something like that. But with this reading, I'm seeing that that's actually all coming together. It's tying together in a way that makes a lot of sense because you chose your heart, because you chose those emotional matters, you chose to let love triumph above all. You're giving yourself the best possible outcome. And you were just trying to make things easy on yourself. You were just choosing peace, but it's turning out in your favor all around. As usual, our second pull just goes ahead and reinforces that first pull. We've got setting boundaries, our threshold protection and honor, and we have trust. We know that we have a certain level of this is okay versus this is not okay. Now, I'm getting from spirit that we need to remember that honoring our boundaries is not asking someone to do something or be a certain way. We can't expect people to do what we ask them to. Honoring our boundaries sometimes means that we have to be, this is how it's going to be. Your thoughts don't matter here. This is about me, and this is about me protecting what feels right for me. These are boundaries that I've set forth. So now I'm going to enforce them. So I'm getting that we may have had to cut someone off. We may have had to stop them from putting their opinion and their thoughts into the situation. That they wanted to make that phone call. Actually, I had someone this morning that they wanted my phone number because they wanted to tell me, and I it wasn't a situation that was comfortable for me at all. So I just simply cut that off. I'm not going to sit there and tolerate being talked to as if I don't know something when it wasn't an issue of me telling this person anything at all that wasn't true. It was simply making a statement. I made my statement and they disagreed with my statement. Well, you're welcome to disagree with my statement. You're not welcome to harass me over it. Sometimes things are a matter of opinion, and I'm getting that this is a kind of a feeling across the board where you feel like, is it okay if I tell people that they don't have the right to force their thoughts and opinion? I don't have to be subjected to that energy. That's not going to influence me or change how I feel about the situation. You can't convince me otherwise. There are some times when people really feel as though they're gonna change your mind. That's not how it works. And you know what? You don't have to listen to that. You can absolutely say, I appreciate that you feel so passionately about this, but this conversation is over. Thank you so much. I respect the fact that you have your feelings about it and you're so passionate about that, and that's wonderful. But that doesn't mean that I have to be the audience to hear you from your podium today. I have other information that I've formed my and experiences that I've formed my feelings and opinions on this situation, and I'm going to maintain that. Now, if I have other information or experiences to change that, then yes. But you lecturing me is not going to do it. And I'm going to protect my peace in that. And you know what? I know that it's okay that I do that. I feel confident in doing that. I'm not missing out by missing out on what I'm being told here, and I'm okay with this. And if you don't want to be my friend, you don't want to be my connection anymore, that's okay too. Because frankly, if they really care about you, if you're really valuable to them, they will respect and honor your boundaries, and they will say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to do that to you." You somehow know that that's not what this is about. They feel like they need you on their side, and you just don't agree. Well, you don't have to fake it either. You don't have to fake anything. It's better for your soul to be authentic and be genuine. And people that truly care about you want you to be genuine, and they want to have this. It's really important and healthy for relationships for us to have these non-confrontational differences in opinion. It's not, I don't always have to agree with what everyone else is saying or doing. If you say, I think that movie was fantastic, it's okay for me to say, I didn't like it so much. If you say, this is the best album that's ever been written, you say, oh, yeah, I'm not really a big fan of it, but I respect that opinion about you. Those people that respect and love you are like, oh, what album do you think is fantastic? Or what things do you think of when you hear this album? What makes you think that it's not that great? What is it that you don't like about it? If they feel like, no, you're wrong, you have to agree with me, that's not a healthy relationship. And that's somebody who's trying to impede on your boundaries. So you just have to kind of trust and know that when it feels like that, it's okay for you to say no. I want you to feel empowered to do that, because those relationships are not necessarily relationships that we need to maintain, okay? Oh, this is an exciting pull. Fox Spirit, think on your feet and a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. This is that trusting how you feel in the moment and going with it. This is total trust in yourself and what you're feeling. Thinking on your feet is about being adaptable. It's about when you're planning on going out to one particular restaurant and a friend calls you up and says, hey, join me tonight. We're going here. Yes, it feels absolutely right. Let's do it. I know that you were planning on doing this for your school project. I have an idea for you. You listen to the idea and it's like, oh, go with it. It's about doing what feels right. Now, that it may not be a necessarily a direct influence. They might say, hey, I was thinking about such and such, and then your brain shifts gears and you go, oh, you know what I should do? This. And you change trajectory, you change your decision, you change in the moment. You're adaptable and you're flexible with what feels right. So it definitely takes a certain amount of, I believe in myself. I believe in what I feel. I'm not going to question why this feels right. But for some reason, I'm just going to go with it. Yeah, I normally go here after work to work out. But today, instead, I'm going to go play a game of basketball with my friends. I don't know why. I just feel like that's what the right thing to do. You don't need to logic it out. You don't think about it. Because if you're doing that, you're not really trusting the process. This card wants you to trust that you're on path and you're doing the things that need to be done. You don't need to overanalyze that. You don't need to spend all night going, is that the right decision? Is that the right decision? It's the right decision because it felt right in the moment. So sometimes we do want to be a little bit more spontaneous. That's what this card is talking about with the fox spirit, thinking on our feet and just kind of going with what feels right. Maybe it is going to take me a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I don't feel bad about it. It doesn't scare me. I might have a little bit of anxiety, like, oh, this is a little different. There's a little bit of excitement there. That's okay. If it hits you in the gut or it kind of feels very heavy and foreboding, that's a very different feeling, right? That's a feeling of, this isn't right for me. I don't like this. But if there's just a little kind of a flutter and it's just like, all right, I don't have this like impending doom feeling. Do it. Do what feels good. This is about, these opportunities are going to come really fast, and you don't want to miss them by overthinking and not trusting the process. These things are going to come at you, and I'm getting from spirit that you're getting some opportunities you didn't expect them. They're coming out of nowhere. You don't know when they're going to come or where they're going to come from, which is why you want to just kind of trust where you're going and trust what feels. Today, you know what? I'm going to go get ice cream. I don't know. I just want ice cream. You go get ice cream and you run into an old friend, and that old friend says, "Oh, I was just thinking about you. You are so perfect for this." We don't know how it's going to happen. We don't know where it's going to happen or what's going to happen exactly, but something is in alignment for you. Spirit wants you to know that you're doing such a good job. You just need to keep trusting yourself and go ahead and make those spontaneous decisions as long as they feel right for you. Go with it. Do whatever pops into your mind. We're talking about these quick shifts and changes and pivoting, because these are the things that are getting you exactly directly to where you want to be. You're not going to miss out on anything. You're not going to make the wrong choice, but it does want you to be able to adapt and change and not think too hard about it, because if you do that, you're just kind of holding up the process. It could be so much easier if we just go, yeah, I trust myself. I believe in myself. I'm confident. I know that when I say yes, that it's leading me in the direction that I want to go in. Thank you so much for joining me today with these messages from Spirit. I hope these help you along your journey. I hope these help you find what it is that you're looking for in life, whether it is fulfillment, whether you are manifesting a new goal, or whether it's a process in your healing that allows you to step it up a notch. Every single time I do one of these readings, I learn something new about myself as well. So I'm so grateful to be on this journey with you. Thank you.